anymore. I think there's something different about you since you went away and came back. And I don't know what the difference is, but there's just something there. Something in the air. Some kind of feeling. Something in the air. It might be your hair. So you can tell I haven't been writing anything new. I've just been goofing around.
And you do goofing around quite
So
well.
have you written anything new?
I have, in fact. I've got a slew of books out.
Wow, you want to be featured tonight?
I think I might. I think I may. I think I might.
I don't have a feature tonight, so I'm going to ask Janet Kuypers to be featured tonight. I mean, John, is it okay? Can you set up cameras so we can feature Janet?
I think I have them set up.
Okay, because we can't feature Janet unless there's cameras. She's the most photographed poet that Chicago has ever produced.
Is that true?
I really think it is.
Uh-oh. Well, that's because I ran this thing and I had podcasts and video YouTube clips every week.
He has more famous.
It was like I was the media whore with this place.
Well, not just this place, but everything you've done. I think that every moment that you ever spent on a stage has been photographed somewhere, at least in people's minds.
And I do that in Austin as well, and people look at me and I'm like, I'm not going to record everyone because I don't want to get rights from everyone, and it's not my open mic. So I don't do that unless, well, I don't like to, some people have an issue with that.
I have an issue with people watching me while I read poetry.
And that's why you go over and read.
I don't know, Jenny, you're in charge of it.
He says he's going on Jenny, so now I know.
I can go whenever.
Okay. Then I guess
I'm just in charge of the second half. I'm just making noise right now.
So we all ready?
Oh, do some if you've got a zombie thing you want to do. I'm waiting for my hamburger to come back.
See, and then you're going to be playing here and can't eat it.
Huh?
This is my curse. How many demons am I supposed to fight? How many barricades to progress am I supposed to either find a way to rock around or physically break down with the palms of my hands? I know no one believes me, and they keep shoveling the task for me to do and heap it all in front of me, and they keep shoveling in the mounds of loose rock and topsoil over my casket, waiting to bury me. But it seems that when I'm like one of those zombie people that never seems to die, like in one of those bad black and white B horror movies, that doesn't seem to die and just keeps coming back. You know, I'm one of those zombies that what's the name, John? I'm one of those zombies lacking all color and having orbs for eyes, and my arms are all outstretched, letting you know that I am very slowly, with my right foot dragging with all this gauze wrapped around my leg, that I'm very slowly coming back, that somehow I'll make it back to haunt you. This is my curse. And the problem is, with this bad right foot and all this gauze and this zombie walk that I have to do when I've got my legs all straight, I feel like I'm one of those buxom zombie witches with long straight black hair, and my feet thunk on the ground and my one foot drags when I'm wearing this long black dress, and I've got this gauze on my foot and it's dragging behind me, and it's so unattractive, and I never can make a surprise entrance. I think that's the whole problem with being a zombie girl who dresses in black and keeps coming back. Unlike an angel, my wounds don't get better, and I'm walking around with bandages, and I leave a blood trail behind me even when I'm trying to clean up the mess I've made. And it makes me this underlying zombie girl want to find religion so that God can come along and save me from all of this. I look for crosses in everything. I look for the meaning in everything, and I try to get poetic, and all I do is fumble with all the masses and wonder if they all think the way I do, that nothing actually makes any sense. So I can't seem to wax poetic, and I can't seem to get religion, and I'm just left as lost as I was before, and I'm dressed in black, and I'm losing blood, and hell, I don't know what else. I just know that I look depressing, and I keep coming back, so don't be surprised. It's just me again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am honored and thrilled with my one chance to get back here to be able to host and quasi-co-host and feature for you guys tonight, because I've got a slew of books I'd like to share with you. So before the first poem comes up, I'm going to talk about the first books that I've released this year.
Oh, everybody, this is Janet Kuypers.
Hi, I'm Janet Kuypers. Hello.
She's our feature tonight. She's going to MC the first half of the open mic, and I'm going to eat a hamburger. So as soon as my hamburger gets here, I'm going to eat my hamburger. So there's a sign-in sheet over right by Annabella Echo there. So sign in if you want to be in the open mic. And then me or Jerry will pass it up to Janet. Or we'll tell her who's going to be next.
And we'll figure things out.
And this is Janet Kuyper. She used to live in Chicago.
I was in Chicago 3 years ago, because of a job change. We moved to Austin, Texas.
But she wasn't born in Chicago.
But Chicagoland area.
What?
Yeah, Chicagoland area, yes.
Where were you born?
Southwest suburbs.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a suburb.
Oak Lawn, yeah.
Yeah, Oak Lawn. It's not really Chicago.
Right.
Okay.
But I've made this my home. So
It's that 95th Street kind of thing.
it's that 95th Street kind of thing.
She's a 95th Street girl. 95th Street girl. You live in the Chicago world. Anyways, I'm gonna sit up here and make rude comments while you're.
You're just the best for that, aren't you?
So my hamburger comes in. I'm gonna go over there and drink my hamburger.
Well, I also run Scars Publications, which hosts 2 literary magazines, CC&D Magazine and Down to the Dirt Magazine. They release their issues as books, 108-page perfect bound, sold through Amazon. You can find them through Amazon, and that's all double plus cool. If you wanted to actually learn about those magazines, you can go to http://scars.tv, SCARS.tv, and you find all about those things and connections to my writing there as well. Scars has released a bunch of books, and I wanted to make sure that they were done before I came here so I can share some of them with you. The first books that were released for Christmas in July, on July 25th, and they are 2 picture books about Antarctica.
Penguins. There's lots of penguins.
There's Earth's Final Frontier, which is one of the books, the color book. They're nice and pricey, but that's what you get for having like full color books with amazing, amazing photos that you will never see again, because these ice formations just won't ever be the same. And just seeing the ice under the water and the amazing reflections of everything, it was absolutely mind-blowing, breathtaking stuff here. I did it as 2 books, one as nature stuff and one as wildlife. Antarctica wildlife one. And the reason why I did this for pictures in it is because by the end of December 2017, I had the first final feature at the Baha'i Faith Center in Austin, and it was all about peace and wildlife, and there were a number of Antarctica pieces in this. And so I thought, before we go to the open mic, I will share with you one poem that is in this book. I love my penguins.
You know, I'm so jealous that you guys got to go there.
We happened to stumble into might be able to do it the one time.
How long does it take to get there?
We flew to Buenos Aires, and we stayed there for a few days, and then we took a flight down to Ushuaia, and then
Did you take a boat or a plane?
2 days across.
Once we got from the actual tip of South America, we were boat all the way, and we were on the first boat in the 2017 season. Wow. We saw the first humpback whales of the season, and it was all groovy cool.
Cool.
It was, and there's all these cool, amazing photos available in here as well. This is also available from Amazon. Their prices are $17.99 for this one and $25 for the other one. If you would like either one of these, you don't have to pay shipping and handling, because you could take these copies right off of me. But I thought I would share one of them with you, and because I've got it in big print, I'm going to read it right here. This was the final one from that feature, and it's called Visiting Pristine Places on the Planet. When I was young, I thought the world was the size of a thimble, and all I needed was my own backyard. But on my own, I was a dot in the universe, and that had to change. So after trying to climb one of the Alps wearing socks and sandals, I went to a nearby mountain to spend 20 minutes in his radon-filled cave to try to gain my strength again. After reading Hitler's concentration camp gates in Dachau, Arbeit macht frei, I walked through those gates and thought, work will set you free. Yes, it's true. I know it. Because your choice and your drive is freedom. After singing an entire acoustic set at a bar in Fairbanks, Alaska, we took off after midnight, added extra layers, and stood outside in the cold to bask in the geomagnetic dancing of the aurora borealis. After being stared at by men in India because I was a tall Western woman not dressed like a Muslim, I had to go to the iron-filled, human feces-filled Bay of Bengal just to get my feet wet. After stepping over gold-covered risers and palaces in China's Forbidden City, an older gentleman, Chinese man, asked me in halted English where I was from. When I told him Chicago, he joyously said, "My kind of town." After I sang at the Great Wall of China, a group of Chinese people asked me to take a picture with them. But I don't think it was my singing, but the fact that I was at least a foot taller than all of them. After buying a balalika in St. Petersburg, I saw an alarming number of well-armed Russian guards at every street corner. And I thought, we will never be friends, but at times like these, we'll try to be friendly. After retracing Darwin's steps at the Galapagos Islands, I stopped near crisscross, overlapping sea lions napping, so I could contemplate natural selection. After seeing destroyed British ships in the early whaling days in Antarctica, I photographed the first humpback whales of the season, then took a picture with a gentoo penguin as I sat in the snow, and the penguin approached me. When a man in the third poorest country in the world was asked why the poor locals seemed so happy, he explained, "We may not have it all, but we can choose to be happy." And so we do. And with these words, I proudly choose life. I choose life for the orcas and the humpback whales, the chinstrap and gentoo penguins, the cormorants, gulls, and terns. I choose life for the giant petrels, the storm petrels, the finches, the Nazca birds, even the sea lions and the marine iguanas. I choose life for the Wyoming bison who passed me on the street. I choose life for the deer who approached us as we slept in the grass under stars. I choose life for all of the mass-farmed animals mankind slaughters because they choose to consume violence and not peace. I choose life because all around the world, peace is the one thing we could all always use. Yeah. Thank you. Kuypers here, and that is just the perfect timing for me to call up our first lovely and charming feature. And if you're going to be stopping music, this man might take over the job of music for us.
There's a music man in the house?
What? I can't believe it.
Nobody does music here.
And what I found funny is when I was in Austin, he comes to visit and comes to open mics with me, and I'm like, you're just helping me remember my roots. Rock on. Ladies and gentlemen, please get up for our first open mic of this evening, please. I want to hear a lot of screams and applause for Rich Experience.
I'm just going to make noise until he gets the microphone.